patient. Okay, yeah, they attribute your values. You could also have cases that represent communities that will be associated with values, such as coastal island or landlocked. Okay, and cases are generally categorized on the one hand by their concreteness and circumstantial specificity, and on the other hand by their theoretical excuse me, interest or generalizability. Okay.
So, bear with me. I gotta, due to the time constraints, I have to, shoot like a Uzi. Okay, and machine gun. Okay, you're right. All right. So far, any questions you like up to now?
I was asked. So overwhelming? All right, no worries, okay. After today's, oh. All right, so I will say that I would suggest you, the next step is that you go to Envivo. Or, yeah, any other tools, as I just said, okay. Or Obsidian. Do you know Obsidian? No? All right. Heptabase? Okay, my bad. All right, so if time, allows, that permits me, I will just show you, okay. My heptabase, yes. All right, so this is a case. So case is very important, okay. Oh, let me see how many minutes. Oh, okay, 8 minutes. All right, okay. So cases, and then I'm going to skip this. That's also, after knowing what cases are about, you have to know what nodes are, and since nodes are also very important key feature, okay, one of the key features in Envivo, all right. So nodes are, they're containers, okay, containers of ideas, concepts, all right, for qualitative data, excuse me, like nodes, okay, yeah, there are lots of flexibility and the kinds of data that can be associated with each case. So they can reference, okay, code an entire file. So for example, the transcript, audio, video, multiple files or combinations of these. All right, so a case is distinct from a node because a case holds together everything you know about a particular unit of analysis, say participants, right? Okay, such as Susan, excuse me, regardless of whether the data are qualitative, demographic, okay, or even quantitative, yes. And the value, remember, okay, being a teacher, okay, in-service teacher, doctor, okay, etc. A case usually pertains to a definable unit of analysis. This word is a keyword here, okay? It's a keyword here, a definable. Usually you are required to define what the units of analysis that you're studying. You gotta think about this. Okay, yeah, all right, in your methodology, yes, of data analysis. So a case usually, yeah, pertains to a definable unit of analysis, a personal play, rather than a concept, okay, rather than a concept. That's case, okay, I think it's easy to understand. This is a case, right, be it a person or a place. All right, so classification, all right, so when case type will be, each case type will be represented in Envivo by classification. Okay, you got to do some, classification in Envivo, and each classification will have different attributes and attributes values associated with it. For example, person, organization. Okay, probably you're studying the educational policies on different settings. So probably you got to use organization. Or policy, yes, right. And attributes and value, okay? So for example, the person and the person's occupation, okay? And age, okay? Educated nurse, okay, age, all right. And what else? Is classification right? Sorry. Okay, let's go on. Attributes, values, all right. So Organization, okay. For example, then you gotta see what the funding source is, whether it's from the public or private sectors. So this is how you get a better understanding about your participants, about your, say, quote-unquote case. Okay, so classification is also very important. You gotta spend a lot of time, okay, in just putting into the data, okay, for classification so that you can, as I said, you can get a better understanding about your participants. This is very important because that will give you some insights about his or her quotes, why he says so in the interview, right? Yes. All right, so probably one or two, oops, okay. A code, okay, is an abstract, okay, representation of an object or a phenomenon. So it is often a word or a short phrase, okay, that symbolically assigned a summative, salient, essence capturing, and or evocative attribute for a portion of language-based or visual data. And coding is a way of identifying themes in the text. Okay, all right, yes. And descriptive or conceptual or interpretive. So these would be, the nature of your codes. Whether it's descriptive or whether it's conceptual. Yeah, all right. Or even it's interpretive, right? Okay. And then coding helps researchers to make sense of undigested complexity of reality and bring order out of chaos and the rich data. All right, okay, so one more slide, okay, because I think this is very, very important. And when it comes to the codes, as any issues, themes, or topics, etc., qualitative researchers often work intensely with rich and unstructured. Okay, things can be very messy. All right, yes, all right. For better, for worse. I don't know. With additional strategies that are related to, but often identified as distinct form. So what are you going to do is coding. Okay. Well, sometimes it can be very painful, but I enjoy doing this. All right. So these include annotating. You're going to do a lot of things, associating, discussing. Now you gotta, bring your data to your classmates. You gotta have a conversation with them. And also to discuss your data with your professor, your advisor. It's very, very, very important, okay? And exploring, linking, memorizing, organizing, reading, reflecting, suggesting, transforming, and visualizing. Yes, okay, so this is a coding, all right? So I think that's a wrap because of the, time constraints. So I will see you next week. Oh no, I'm kidding. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's talk. And for further questions, you are, always, welcome to ask me, contact me. All right, and later I will share the slides with you. All right, yeah, thank you for having me again. Thank you.